It's your Wednesday night conversation. It's more than just the gossip. It's the issues that matter most to you. A closer look at current events, just the tip, special guests, and more. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe, Arizona's longest-running drag live stream. Hosted by Felicia Fefe Minor and Freddy Prinze Charming. Streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe.
Hello. My goodness.
It's one of those days, isn't it?
Whoa. Yeah, it is.
It's one of those weeks.
Hate
This
to
week
admit
is
it.
dragging. Is this week dragging for you? Because I kept thinking that today was Thursday. Like I'm a mess.
I'm kind of ready for Friday already. I hate to be that person, but I really think that I'm ready for Friday. I'm ready for like a good 2 days rest.
Yeah, I'm really over this week in a plethora of ways. I'm like, work just needs to go away. Like, yeah, I'm over it. Totally over it.
This is season 9, episode 5 of Let's Have a Fefe, and I am Felicia Fefe Minor, and that is a pumpkin on the other side.
I'm going for fall. Okay, it's fall.
Oh my gosh. You should do one of those videos that's like fall girls be like,
I have no idea.
And that makeup. Oh my God. I'll send it to you.
Hey.
I have to keep you up on the trendy things.
I'm gonna educate people on the trendy things this episode. Don't you worry.
And if you're wondering what's going on with my face, I don't know as much as you don't. I was trying to do the monkey from The Wizard of Oz. And yeah, if I had more time, I think, especially things like the lines, I always take my time and draw them out. But I was like, oh, whoop, we're almost out of time.
Yeah, so fun thing about my face is I don't actually have orange paint. Like my face paint. I have orange powder, but that wasn't going to cut it. But as far as like my wolf, like aqua colors and stuff, I have like a yellow and I have a red, but I don't have an orange. And I'm wearing contacts, which are kind of restrictive in terms of vision. So I put the contacts in before I put my makeup on because that's the responsible thing to do. But then I'm like, well, shit, now I can't really see. So I'm trying to do my makeup by mixing the orange and the yellow. And honestly, I wasn't entirely sure how orange things were. I'm like, I don't know. It looks kind of orange. We'll just go with this. It's fine.
I say you look better in orange than Donald Trump does.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and you outlined the eyes.
I did.
Just like how he does, but he leaves his bronzer missing in those areas.
I made sure to get the bronzer in my eyes.
Oh my goodness. We want to thank our 13 Patreon supporters. Allison, Best, and Brandon, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Jody, Leanne, Nicole, Patricia Mason, and Sassy C. Diaz. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can. That's how we can afford to get new stuff. We haven't bought new stuff in a long time, except for this microphone. That's it.
Right? New stuff would be awesome.
Special thanks to Patricia Mason, who has taken the deeper plunge. That's one of the stages of our
it's one of the higher
Patreon
tiers. It's one of the elite tiers.
The higher you go,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
look, Patricia Mason, actually speaking of Patricia Mason used a word that I will be covering this evening in terms of our education. But before we get to that, what did you do this weekend?
Let's see. Of course, I didn't prepare for this.
Okay. Well, it was your
Oh,
birthday yesterday, so
it was my birthday yesterday.
happy birthday.
Thanks. I was overwhelmed with all the love and celebration pointed my way.
I even made a special post. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. But it was a good day. It was a very chill day. It wasn't too much, and plus there's not a lot to even the place we did decide to go eat, it was like very dreary because the tables were like all taped off and like only like 3 tables. You can only sit at like 3 tables. No, Patricia, you're not in trouble. And then we had the what was it called? Democracy Night on Sunday. That was good. We all wore some form of blue. Mm-hmm.
We did. That was just the story hour that myself, Felicia, and Sassy did on Wednesday. That was actually kind of cool. It was like a democracy night thing, and we had Deidre Aboud was on talking about some of the election stuff, and Jeannie M. Castine, who's running for Maricopa County Superintendent, was on as well. So that was kind of cool to hear from them.
Yeah, so it's very informative. I loved all the books. Though if you watch that episode back, then it's not my fault that you can't see the book because that was technical.
We had a few. We always have technical difficulties, but it's okay. We
it was the first time that it wasn't me.
This is true. This is true. So that's I mean that's something.
That's what it was. So I don't remember what I did on Saturday.
I went to the lake on Saturday. I went to Willow Springs Lake, which was fun. It was really nice. I went up with my lady friend and the children's, and it was kind of interesting because everybody except one of them seemed to want to be in the car with me, so that was fun. And I brought Bruce up with too, and Bruce didn't know what to do with himself. He was so excited. He had like children. I got some of the cutest fucking pictures. Like he was awesome. Oh my god, he was just all over the kids. He absolutely loved it because I neglect him. And I never give him any love or attention or food. So he spent the day eating things like Cheetos and salami and cheese. So he was fine. He was very
part of a balanced diet. I see.
But my god, it was so nice up there. It was cool. After we'd been there for about an hour, it actually got chilly. I put a flannel on. Oh my god, it was so nice. It was just gorgeous. It was so cool. Yeah.
Oh. I think that's all I did. I don't remember things very well.
Yeah, I didn't really do much. That was pretty much it. That and the story hour. So here's the thing. Okay, so spending as much time with my lady friend and her children's as I am, anybody that knows me knows that I am nothing if I am not hip. Okay, I am totally up to date with modern times. I am like in it with the lingo.
Oh,
like I am in it. So, dating with someone with kids, I think it's important to be able to talk to them on their level. So I've done a little bit of research, and this is this would be helpful for anybody that may have friends that have kids, or basically anybody under 40.
Oh, so I guess that's still me then. Okay.
So what I have done is I have compiled a list of some of the hottest slang being used by the kids today,
Oh my God. You just saying that makes me want to slap you. Oh my
God. And what they mean and how to use them in a sentence.
Oh my goodness.
And some of these I still don't
Oh,
fucking
Lord.
understand. So first up, I don't even know how you say this. How do you say this? Period.
Period.
But there's a T. Why?
Period.
Why is there a T?
Period.
It's added to the end of a sentence.
Wait, you're
to add
talking over me.
emphasis.
I can't tell you how to say it. Period. You have to say that.
Period. Okay.
Period.
But why can't you just say period? Because period was always used
like an emphasis.
But
it's not period.
Period was always
It's
used
not-
as an emphasis anyway. Like, oh my God, so I've done this, and whatever. No, you're done. Period. Enough.
That's
period.
on period. You don't say period.
And then you can precede it by and that's on.
That's on. It's on period.
Next up is wig. Wig is apparently something, Felicia often wears a wig. I have been known to wear a wig.
Not tonight.
However, this is not a thing. This is used to it's an exclamation when something is amazing. For example, Beyonce will post a photo and you can comment
wig.
Why? I don't fucking why? I don't get it. Why? Now the next one is one.
I think I have an explanation for this.
Okay, thank you.
So you know how like in the drag world we say your wig is snatched because you look good.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at me like you've never heard that before.
Totally.
Okay. Somebody help me.
So what's interesting is a lot of these actually come from like queer and drag culture, which I think is kind of interesting, but all the kids today are using it. So
yeah, like short for wig snatched, like wig.
For sure. Now this next one, I use this a lot with the kids. And they love it when I do because it means that
I'm connecting with them. Please don't say it.
So fire.
Oh my God.
Okay. Like Felicia's makeup tonight is fire.
Actually, it's not.
It's
yours is more fire.
Is to be really cool or amazing. So it's like wig, but apparently not. It's more of an adjective as opposed to an exclamation. So wig is more of an exclamation.
Or you can say straight fire.
Or fire, just because I use that a lot, and like they say, the kids love it. They know then that I am connecting with them.
Oh yes.
This next one is I don't fucking understand this one at all. So this next one, we have cap and no cap. Apparently cap is to lie, no cap is to tell the truth. So
exactly.
If I were to say Felicia's makeup is fire, no cap.
Yes. Oh my God, that's actually, that's good.
Thank you. See? I'm telling you. Oh my God. Okay, Patricia Mason, I'm actually going to come up with Among Us. So that's going to be referenced in here because God, Jesus Christ. Okay. So the next one is, I don't even know why this is a thing, and I hate the way it looks, and I don't like saying it because I think it sounds stupid. Is it Luke? How do you say that? L-E-W-K. Luke?
I don't think I've ever said that out loud. I think I've always just seen it in messages.
Luke. It's signature outfit or appearance. In other words, it's a fucking look, but we can't just say look. We have to say Luke.
It's a look.
Luke.
A look.
Because EW would be like you. So Luke. I don't know.
Or
this
a look.
Other one, this is another one that I say.
I feel like these are like, you know how I can say this, like Black people talk slang. It's a look. I think that some white child wrote these out and was like, we need to talk like Black people.
I mean,
That's
that's
what they
probably a thing. So this next one is also, it's similar to fire, but I don't know if it might be less than fire or it could be more than fire, but that is lit.
It's an alternative.
So
it's an alternative.
lit.
But it's
lit.
more, you
Can
can use
also
this.
mean awesome or amazing, but it also means drunk as fuck.
Yeah, I got lit.
Correct. So
I got lit and walked home.
To use that in a sentence, several years ago at BS West, Felicia got lit and walked home, no cab.
Yes. The part that's really funny is he sent me a couple of these words and I was like, oh, I know these words. And
I figured you did. So this next one I had to ask because I kept seeing people use this and I was like, what the fuck does this even mean? Stan.
It's on my Twitter profile.
Stan something or someone is to basically be an obsessive fan, and it comes from the Eminem song Stan.
Correct.
I don't know that it's, I mean, if people use it in like a positive way, but I don't think that the song was like, Stan was a fucking psycho, so I don't know.
But he was an obsessive fan.
Right, but see, my evening wear at Nationals was lit. Thank you, Patricia. No
yes.
cap.
Way to go. Way to
No
go.
cap. Yeah.
Use that in a sentence. Way to go.
So like Felicia stans Mariah Carey.
Yes, it's on my Twitter profile.
Fire. Now this next one, we all know somebody like this. Thirsty.
Oh,
thirsty.
Ooh.
Thirsty means to be overly eager or desperate for attention. I can think of a few people that pretty much. Okay, this next one I hear Justin Sider use this all the time, and I still don't understand what the fuck or why. Yeet. So yeet is basically to describe getting rid of something at high velocity. But you can also say, I'm going to yeet myself out of this house and go to the store. Or I'm going to yeet this apple core. I
can't. I can't.
I'm going to yeet this cardboard box into the recycling. I'm pretty sure I'm using that correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one, fuck this next one. This is the dumbest shit I have ever heard. Okay.
My kids love when I say yeet.
Okay, no, this, okay.
Is that another way to say take the trash out?
Right, yeet the trash. There you go. See, look, you can be
yeet
cool.
The DJ out the White House.
You can tell your kids to take the trash out and still sound cool if you tell them to yeet the trash.
My kids would probably laugh at me. See? But okay.
Yeet the trash.
Yeet is commonly used right now, and it's not okay.
Okay, Why? This next one is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever seen. It is literally spelled S-K-S-K-S-K-S-K. What the fuck?
Okay.
It's not even a word. It's not even a word. It's not even a word. And it says that it is a filler expression of excitement, or if you don't know how to transition to a new phrase. Popular with VSCO girls. What the fuck is a VSCO girl?
So there's a lot of things that you need to have explained. So
I'm gonna use that now. I'm gonna use that as a transition when we don't have a good transition.
Segue, you can.
You can have a good segue. I'm just gonna. I think I use that when I call my cats.
They may be running to you right now, but so the history is, Visco is an app, right?
Is it? I don't know. Is that a question? Because I can't either confirm nor deny that.
Don't worry, I know the answer. So Visco is an app in which a lot of influencers use. It has photo filters and junk like that. So what happened?
App has photo filters. That's not.
No, like this is like the ones that like they use a lot. Okay. And then so Visco girls is like the internet's way of calling people like valley girls. You catching on? Catching on? And then, so as this goes, as TikTok got popular, girls
God.
that were on this app, that were on Instagram, were carrying hydro flasks and scrunchies. So for a while, people were saying you're a Visco girl if you had a hydro flask and scrunchies. And when they made fun of them, they would talk about the hydro flask, but they would say it like this: you have your hydro flasks. And that's how it caught on.
Okay, that is the dumbest shit ever. Fucking stupid. I don't even know why the hell would
we're
that even be a
debuting
thing.
American history, and here we go. I'm just
okay. So now apparently I have to figure out how to work that into my vocabulary.
And you have a hydro flask, so you're already there.
I don't actually. It's not a hydro flask. It's just a fucking water bottle.
And Visco girls say "NIU." Is that on your list?
That is not on my list because
you didn't understand.
I don't. I can only do this for so much. I can't. So next on here is simp. A simp apparently is a people pleaser, or more specifically, a guy who will do anything to make people fall in love with them.
Oh, there's a lot of simps at the bar.
Word. That no cap. No cap. Okay, this next one I know for a fact is becoming more and more popular with the kids that play Among Us, which is this fucking game that everybody seems to be obsessed with. And
I have not gotten into that yet.
The kids are trying to make my lady friend play it, and it's kind of funny because, yeah.
Is this something that I should play?
I don't think so. And the word is sus. So, which means suspect or like suspicious, and you find it a lot in like Among Us when people say, "Oh my God, that's so sus." You're welcome.
Yikes.
Yeah. Oh no, big yikes! It's not yikes anymore. It's big yikes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yikes. Or you can be big mad.
So yeah, sus. Don't be sus, bruh, or I'll have to yeet you out this bar.
Oh, that's very good. I love
it. Thank you.
Oh, we have another one. Yeet the Cheeto.
Yeet the Cheeto. So this next one makes me want to punch people, and I swear to God, if I hear anybody say this, I may just do it.
What?
I'm baby. It's when you're feeling helpless or incapable of doing something. Instead of just saying, "Hey, I can't do this," you say, "I'm baby," which is not even grammatically incorrect. Like, it's not correct. It's not. It's just.
Eddie Omega thought sus came from Black culture about a download.
It might very well. That's where it's come from.
That's where I thought, but no, I guess
it's been reappropriated now to the kids that play Among Us. So don't be sus.
Don't be down low.
And okay, this next one, this one, I was like, what? This doesn't even make sense. So dank.
Which one?
Dank. Okay, in normal like English, when you say something is dark and dank, it's like dark and cold and like wet and moldy and things. No, dank apparently now means excellent and high quality.
Oh, we're reclaiming nasty words.
Cool. Apparently.
Cool. Dank. This show is dank.
This show is dank. This show is so dank, it's fire.
Oh my God, I should write. I'm going to need to keep this list. And then next week when I write the show description.
Yes.
I'm going to use all of these words cohesively.
All of them.
Together.
In the show description.
One. Yeah. And if nobody shows up, it's because nobody understands what the fuck I said.
No. But I could release this as a document and then people would have a reference. I could do a PowerPoint or something, you know.
I think somebody said that you should do this as a class. I think
could
this
do
should be a master class of vernacular.
Mm.
Um,
And I have one more. I have one more for you.
oh God, I hate
A
this one though.
hype beast, which what is someone who cares too much about things that are popular. So don't be a hype beast.
Don't say all of these words all at once because you'll be a hype beast. They also call people that are on TikTok that do all of the trending things a hype beast.
No cap.
When you said some of these words, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and shut up.
So now all of you though that are either teachers or you have children or you know children or you see children at the grocery store, you can now converse with them in their language.
Yeah, like
pretty much anybody under 40. So now I feel like I can communicate with Felicia that much better.
Wow, that's dank. It almost reminds me of when I was younger, and I heard stank for the first time.
Right.
I thought,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
and you were like, why are you saying it like that? And you're like, put some stank on it. And you're like, what? Why? That's nasty. But it was to be flavorful and colorful. Put some stank on it. So dank. Almost sounds like you're trying to say dang.
But not.
Dank. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. Sus.
So
yes.
Thank you. That was my segue into our current events because I don't have a segue. So that's going to be my segue.
So I thought the debate would happen before our episode, but it's happening after our episode. So I have to get my notepad. You're not? I want to see how it works.
I can't. The last one was such a shit show. And this one's going to be even more of a shit show. So it was decided that mics will be muted during the next debate while the candidate is answering the question that is put to them. I have a feeling that it's going to be still a fucking shit show because you're going to see Trump throwing a hissy fit and like he's going to be like yelling over his muted microphone because that's what he's going to do. And the last one was such a shit show that I can't.
I'll recap it for y'all. I'll scribble in my little notebook. Shedding the Rona everywhere. You are right.
Speaking of which, Trump was in Phoenix recently.
I thought he was in Tucson.
He might. I don't know. Was it Tucson? I don't know. He was in Arizona.
Tucson and Prescott.
No, he was in Arizona. Not a fucking mask anywhere. Fucking douchey. Met him at the airport. No mask. Nothing.
And they hugged and weird shit. They have a bromance going on.
Fucking no fucking mask. Like whatever. I'm like, please, tongue kiss him. Shove his dick like down your throat a little more because oh my god, so fucking stupid.
I wonder if that's bronze too. Weird.
It's probably a pasty. It probably looks like when your fingers are in the water for too long and they get all weird and wrinkly, like white and wrinkly and gross. Ew. That's probably what his penis looks like.
Well, mine doesn't get white and wrinkly when I'm in the pool too long. Sorry, I don't know that. You said it, but I wanted to say that so there was a lot of talk about how Doug Ducey is still on these commercials that are airing that's like, we need to put our numbers down, we need to blah blah blah, and he was at that rally in Tucson with no mask in sight with 30,000 people.
Yep. Anybody taking bets on how long our numbers are going to start skyrocketing again? because it's happening. Betsy DeVos was also here as well.
What the hell she won't?
She was praising Douchey's handling of the multiple school outbreaks, even though our numbers are back on the rise. And I believe 24 schools have
Wash your hands.
Have reported outbreaks. And government officials do not have to disclose which schools have outbreaks. Just FYI.
We're here for it, Cassandra. We're here for it. We're here to give you the imagery that you need to feed your imagination.
It's so fire.
And dank. Gross.
That image is
ew. When you say it like that with that. Can you imagine somebody says your sex was dank? You're gonna look at them and be like, "Oh, damn, damn."
I don't know how I feel about that.
Anyway, in other news, where are we at with COVID?
So last week, we had 227,635 cases here in Arizona. This week, we are up. We now have 233,912 cases. If you look at the graph, we're starting to climb again, folks. Oh, Felicia went away. Where did Felicia go? That's fun. Where did she go? Am I still on? Apparently I'm still on. Okay, cool. We've got 5,854 deaths as of today. That's up almost 100 from last week. Nationally, where did Felicia go? Nationally, we've got 8.35 million cases with 222,000 deaths. Yeah, that is where we are at, kids. That is where we are at. Numbers still continue to climb locally. We haven't hit a plateau. We're still in the first wave. In order to hit a second wave, our numbers would need to plateau. No, Felicia is frozen. As long as you can still hear me, I guess we're good. I'll just keep on going then. It's fine. Totally fine. I'll just run this by myself. Totally all right. Yeah, so with flu season coming up, if you can, make sure that you get your flu shots. If possible, it's going to help with that little bit of an extra boost for immunity and things like that. We know that the flu shot is not 100% effective. In fact, lately it's barely been 50% effective. But, at this point, every little bit helps. So just make sure, will someone text Felicia or message her or something and let her know that she's frozen? I don't know if she even notices that she's not even there anymore. Just to give her a heads up, just to let her know that, and make sure that everybody, if you please continue to do things like social distance, please continue to wear your masks when you are out and about. Be mindful of how restaurants and bars and things are managing things like social distancing. And hang on, I'm still on. How things are being managed in terms of disinfecting, in terms of social distancing and all that good stuff. Make sure that you're being mindful of that, because this is not over. And with flu season coming up and people's immune systems starting to get a little bit sketchy now, just be mindful. All right. That's my new segue. You're welcome. So last week, we talked about Trump's executive order celebrating Columbus and all the wonderful things that he did for America, and threatening to punish anyone who teaches, quote unquote, racially divisive history. So welcome to our very first Racially Divisive American History, sponsored by the Trump administration. Yes. And since this was all inspired by Trump's bullshit on Columbus Day, which many states are now recognizing as Indigenous Peoples Day because that makes far more sense. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Christopher Columbus and who he actually was and what he actually did, which really wasn't a whole shit ton and nothing that really needs to be celebrated in any way, shape, or form, really. So, first of all, let's be clear. He was not the first to discover the Americas, not by a long shot. Mind you, millions of people have already been living here for eons before 1492, when fucking Columbus decided to sail the ocean blue with the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. That was right. Was it right? Was it the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria? Those were the three ships, right? Yeah. So I would say that the millions of indigenous peoples that were living here already probably had the leg up in terms of, discovering the Americas. And Leif Erikson and the Vikings beat him to it like 500 years earlier. So I don't know why we're celebrating, but it's cool. He labeled any indigenous people that he...
prefer not that way, but...
Were you on Old Faithful?
Are we there? Are we live?
Are we back on? I think we're back on now. All right.
Were you on Old Faithful?
Yeah.
I can hear you. I'm echoing on your end. I can hear myself.
Okay, you should be good now.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, kids. All right, let's get back to this history lesson. Did you miss the history lesson? All right, so.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You were saying?
My God. It's all right. We got it. We are back up. We are going. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going with the history lesson. Because we were talking about Columbus.
I heard that. that.
Oh, good. So any people that he came across, any indigenous people that he came across, he labeled as quote unquote Indians, and then proceeded to enslave many of them, treating them with extreme violence and brutality, because, that's kind of what white people do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what white people do. That's how we do these things. Lord. Many natives were quote unquote forced labor, i.e. slaves, throughout the years he was in the Americas, and he sent many Taino Indians back to Spain to be sold, though many of them died before they even made it that far. So,
oh no.
Well, that's kind of par for the course. That's usually,
Yeah, I guess.
During his tenure as the governor of what is now the Dominican Republic, he slaughtered many natives in response to their revolt and would often parade the bodies through the streets, because that's super classy. We love it when that happens.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1492, when Columbus arrived in Hispaniola, there were approximately 250,000 native people on the island. But by 1517, only 14,000 remained, thanks to things like smallpox, influenza, and measles that Christopher Columbus brought with him.
Oh my God, I love transmittable diseases. I love them. Yes.
Here's a blanket. The smallpox is free.
Oh my God. Are you serious? Is it on sale?
Yeah. Buy one blanket, get one smallpox free. Stupid. Also, fun fact. This is something that's interesting when it comes to the U.S. celebration of whatever the fuck Columbus Day is supposed to be. Columbus came to the Americas 4 times. He made 4 trips. Not once, never once did he actually set foot on North America. He mostly stayed in what is now the Bahamas and explored the South and Central American coasts.
Oh.
Yeah. So
wait. So he didn't even come up and...
No, he was never up here. He was never fucking up here. So we're literally celebrating nothing. Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Columbus Day actually marks the day he arrived at the fucking Bahamas. He never set foot on North America at all. Never.
The fuck?
So why we're even celebrating him? Like, I don't know what the fuck kind of history they teach in school, but they've got it sorely wrong. There is zero reason that Columbus should be like, he should have a day. There's literally no reason for it, because he didn't, first of all, he didn't discover anything. Secondly, he managed to wipe out a good chunk of indigenous peoples by doing things like enslaving them, trying to ship them off to Spain,
giving them diseases,
smallpox, and measles. Like, he managed.
That's the kind of man I want in my life,
right? Like, but he never fucking came to North America. So why we even celebrate it, I don't know. It makes no sense. He didn't discover anything. People were here long before he did. This was not an uninhabited fucking continent.
Wow.
But
that's very interesting.
But see, I guess when brown people are here first, then we don't count it as being, discovered. They
right.
sprung up from the ground or some shit. Like, the fuck? Like, it doesn't make... and the Vikings were here before him anyway. So... And they didn't, do what he did. They didn't wipe out entire populations of people. So,
one post that I read was there was something about somebody complaining about Black and Indigenous people celebrating their culture, and somebody saying, "Well, we should be able to celebrate white culture." And then somebody came through and said that white culture erased the culture that Black and Indigenous people had.
Yep.
So they celebrate what they know and what they can carry on, because there's hundreds and hundreds of years just erased because either they were enslaved or they were moved, sick, killed, full populations, genocide. So this is very surprising to know that he didn't even come up here. So that means, was it the people that came to Plymouth Rock that we read about? Did they come and kill all of the people?
Yes. Yeah. All the pilgrims and shit came in, and that was when all that genocide.
That was later, right?
That was later, a little bit later. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
But see, the thing is that there's no such thing as white culture. You can have like Irish culture, you can have Scottish culture, you can have German culture, but as far as white culture, there's no such fucking thing. White is not a culture. It's not.
But people argue that you can't have Black culture, but that's when that person stepped in and said, yes, they can, because white people erased it. And long ago.
We did. Any time a white person has stepped foot on anything, whether it was colonizing Central and South America, whether it was colonizing North America, whether it was jumping into the Philippines, wherever white people showed up, their main goal was to basically erase whatever culture was already there before them, because they assumed that because the other people were brown and maybe they worshipped a different god, or maybe they did something differently, that they must have been inferior and therefore easily trampled. So you have countries like the Philippines, which the Philippines is actually named after King Philip.
Oh, really?
But you have places like the Philippines that has a huge Catholic community. The population is predominantly Catholic. You have pockets of Muslims and things like that, but it comes from just decades and decades of white people coming on and taking over and basically saying you have to assimilate or there's going to be problems. And that's always it. It's always an option, but it's not really an option.
Well, that's the same thing when people say like braids are not really a hairstyle. Your hair should be straight.
Mm.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like you should be like me.
Right.
And if you're not like me, it's just completely wrong and you should go home.
And one of my biggest things is the people that, when it comes to white people and like dreads, they're like, well, the Vikings had no, they did not.
They?
No, they didn't. And that's the thing, is that white people hair, specifically Scandinavian hair, and I know this because I have fucking Scandinavian hair. Scandinavian hair does not lock naturally.
What does it do?
It mats and gets nasty. So anybody that did have anything that resembled dreadlocks back then meant that your hair was gross. Vikings had braids, but it wasn't the same. And they did some intricate braiding designs, but they weren't the same type of braids that you found with
in African culture.
In African culture, and like with the African slaves and things that came over, and the
indigenous people.
Right. It's very different. So, the folks that are constantly arguing, well, the Vikings did this and that. No, they fucking didn't. You know how I know? Because white people hair doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's something about, it's the type of hair, I think it's called, is it C3? Something. It's a specific type of hair
that's the curl.
Right. That locks and gets that dreadlock. The white people with dread, like if you look at white people dreads look fucking gross because it's not the same. The hair doesn't do the same.
It doesn't lock together. That's why they're called locks.
Right. And like there are certain braids that are very specific to African culture and and things like that. And with cornrows and things. This was something I found out a few years ago when I was researching different things and looking up different things. Is that with things like cornrows, they were done very specifically because there were times when things like maps would actually be braided into someone's hair for folks to be able to escape plantations, find the Underground Railroad, that sort of thing. And
outsmart the massa.
Right. So it was done with a very specific purpose. Whereas most of the braids and things, when it came to like the Celts, when it came to the Vikings and things like that, it was more decorative. It was more, I'm going to do this little, this pretty thing. And don't get me wrong, the braids were beautiful. It was gorgeous, but
it wasn't their way to freedom.
Correct.
That's the only difference. See, you see. Did we get people back? I feel so bad.
I don't know.
Old Faithful went out on me.
Why were you using Old Faithful? You know better.
I've been using Old Faithful since we started this season, but
you were supposed to be using your laptop.
She says that the internet was off, but here I am. What was happening? It said disconnected, and then I looked over here. You were still talking, and I was still looking down at the computer, like
right. Yeah, you were frozen for a hot minute there. I just kept going because I'm like, I don't know where she went, but I'm still on, so I'm just gonna.
And then I said, "Let it go," and I let go, and I guess I disrupted the broadcast.
Were you not hard? We see you have to be hardwired. We talked about this.
I think it's just Old Faithful's time to go. So if anybody wants to donate a computer that we can use for streaming, that
actually, I also need an upgrade. So if you would like to support us on Patreon, or if you would like to, if anybody has the hookup with,
or you go to paypal.me/let's-have-a-Fefe.
If anybody would like to sponsor, new laptops for both of us, that would be ideal for things like, video editing, streaming, things like that. Because mine are both not okay. Like they're trying, and bless their hearts, but oh boy, it is not. Yeah, no. So if anybody would like to sponsor, new laptops for us, so we don't, have these issues, because Felicia's is about to die and mine are old. So,
I mean, we're not begging. It's just.
We need like corporate sponsors. Anybody want to be a corporate sponsor?
One thing with corporate sponsors is I don't think we would be able to say what we want, like what we say.
It would have to be the right corporate sponsor. Yes.
Yeah. Be careful what you
Anybody
ask
want to
for.
be a silent corporate sponsor? We don't even. You know.
Just let us say whatever the fuck we
Right.
want to say.
We don't.
And
You can just whatever,
you
and
just sit there and look pretty. We
Yeah.
say your name. We say your name.
And
if you want to put disclaimers or block us or something,
we're fine with that too, right? As long as you still pay us.
As long as you still pay us,
That's right. I mean, if anybody has the hookup with like electronics and stuff, we will boost your store or your brand, and we are great hype people.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, actually,
we're lit.
We are fire. So I actually had to use Bone and Basil, the Heal All salve on a scrape that I had on my side from Bruce, who was trying to get into it with a Great Dane that managed to like pull out of her owner's hand, which don't get me started.
Not have luck with that,
man. I swear to God, the number of people here that either can't control their fucking dogs or just let their dogs just run around whenever. But I picked him up and he scraped my side pretty bad. And I used the Heal All salve immediately, basically, and I thought I was gonna have a big old bruise, and I don't. So this shit is fucking awesome. Like seriously,
straight fire.
Coming up. No cap. No cap. So if you guys want to be lit for the holidays and give fire gifts, go to Bone and Basil on Instagram. And check out some of the stuff that she's got. They make great like stocking stuffers. You can put together care packages for people. She's got all sorts of cool stuff. Definitely go and check it out, especially for the holidays. Because if you know somebody that needs, if you get headaches, the migraine salve is once I think I use all of her stuff at least once a week, like for various things. Like there's the Heal All, which is great for scrapes and cuts and things. And
yes, so I use the rose salve to get rid of the ingrown hairs, which for me is a big problem, especially in the summer, because that's like where all the buildup is, and the sweat. And that has been very helpful, especially since it has shea butter in it.
I'm telling you, I use that on my back after nair, and I know it sounds stupid, but after nairing, like after getting my back hair off with the nair, like usually shit's kind of irritated for a while. Immediately after I rinsed off, I put the rose skin salve on there, and it like there was no irritation, no redness, no nothing.
Dank.
It was fire. It was fire. No cap. Wig.
Oh my god. No.
Wig.
No. I don't even know who's watching now, but no. There's 6 people watching, but I don't know where they are.
It's fine. It's all right. We dropped the ball on that one.
I haven't dropped an episode since. Oh wow, it's been a while.
We stand Bone and Basil.
Yeah, you should check them out. It's easy to order.
Yeet your old shit and get new stuff.
I want to try the black salve.
Yes, I want to try that stuff too. It's stuff that pulls out like gross things. It works on like oils and crap on your face, but you can also use it on like if you have like splinters or things like that. Like it pulls shit out of your skin. It's kind of cool.
Because sometimes wearing all this makeup, sometimes I get those. They're not really pimples. They're like the skin like collects all that oil from all this, and I'm just stuck with that for like 3 days, and then all of a sudden it just disappears.
It's like a blackhead, but not quite a blackhead.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, get out of there. But if I get some of that black slime, I'm just gonna. I know.
That's some of the stuff I want to try too. Like but go check out Bone and Basil for sure on Instagram. All of her stuff, and the bath soaks are fantastic. Like, yeah, my bathtub shit, but the bath soaks are great. So go check that stuff out.
Anytime you can take a soak, it doesn't matter what tub.
I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm complaining a little bit, but I'm just happy that I have a bathtub. So.
I'm happy I have a bathtub too, because last house, the bathtub was in the kids section of the house.
Yeah, no.
And I mean, I love them, but I don't want to use their bath.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Kids are kind of gross.
I mean, just love you. I know you're watching.
Like they're just in general, kids are just kind of gross. So
I mean, it's not my type of clean.
Oh,
But...
Suzette, yes, we're live. We had an issue.
Are we not somewhere?
No. Suzette just asked if we were live. She thought she was late. We are live. We had an issue where Felicia disconnected completely, so it was just me for a little bit, and then I got disconnected, probably because Felicia broke it. And then we were off for a couple of minutes while we fixed things, and then we came back. So we're in the process of slowly winding down, but yes, we are in fact still live.
Unless you're watching the moments in which I froze, then speed up. Just fast forward.
Right. If Felicia is currently frozen on your screen, then you're back a little bit. So, but no, we are still currently live, working on winding down, and but yes.
Yes. But speaking of the holidays, make sure if you need a wig, not wig as in the slang
If
term.
you need can you say that it's a wig? Can you say that? This wig is wig. No,
because you wouldn't say this wig is wig snatched.
Why?
You just say
now there's rules. I don't have to. Fuck.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't.
So just be prepared now for anybody that, when you post things on either the Instagram or the Facebook, I will now be commenting with appropriate terms.
Like wig.
You're welcome.
Oh, like my post yesterday was wig.
Which post?
The Wizard of Oz one, which I'm not sure if I'm adding this one to it because I'm not sure if I like it.
I'm not sure what's happening with that one. But...
It looks so different this way.
It's
not bad.
It's not.
It's just a rush job. You're welcome. Oh my God. What do we have coming up?
You've got something before I do.
I need to add something else on here too.
Oh, right.
So on October 31st at 11 a.m. in the morning, because I love to torture myself and get up really early and put on makeup. I am participating in the Drag Queen Spooky Hour and Costume Party. If you need the link it is a ticketed event. If you need tickets, I'll send you the link. On November 3rd, we have an election night special that I'm co-hosting with Edward Michael of ArizonaDrag.com. And I have to get with you to give you a time.
Yes, thank you.
I'm so sorry. But we'll have special guests like Freddy Prinze Charming.
I will not be in drag. I am not getting in face just to fucking pop on for like 5 minutes. It's
Why not?
Happening.
Oh my God.
Not happening. Don't be sus.
Oh my God. Yes. And it doesn't stop there. On November 14th. November 4th, I have the Be Daring Foundation is hosting Pave the Way, a mental health summit. And I am on there on the Saturday of the event. It's November 4th through the 7th.
Nice.
Let me put that on here because I'll be. This is how things go. I have not had time to do this today. But I believe I am on Saturday at 2. So
is it a free event?
No, it's a ticketed event as well, and it only costs $10 to be in the event. Only $10. And then another ticketed event, Drags for Paws, benefiting the Humane Society of Southern Arizona, is selling tickets at their website because I can't remember it right now.
We'll
But
post it.
we're going to be hosting this event, and it'll be at the Screening Room in Tucson.
There are a limited number of physical tickets to be there in person, but it will be a hybrid event, so it will be broadcast virtually as well. All social distancing and all masks and stuff will be 100% enforced. We've made it very clear that it's that way or we're not going to be there because, you know.
Yeah. Where am I going to go?
Oh, I need to get a clear mask. I keep forgetting. Fuck.
Are you going to order
what the
it?
hell I'm doing. I'm working on it.
Do you want me to order you one?
I also no, because then how the hell am I going to get it?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I was trying to be helpful.
Thank you.
So sorry. And then let's see. Oh, I'm being painted by Brandon McGill sometime soon. We have not confirmed a date yet, but it's gonna be straight fire.
No cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
We stand Brandon McGill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, where's my stuff? See, I'm not on Old Faithful and I don't know where stuff is. Hold on. Okay. Well, I believe this has been a night, one for the books, and it has been a week for me. So
it's par for the course at this point. Par for the course.
I'm gonna say that we are done because
we're done. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go.
I mean, I don't want to torture y'all anymore.
We're just
I don't even know what's going on with my face, and I wish I had more time to do better.
We're just gonna go.
We're feeling like failures, and
we're just gonna go. Okay. Thanks.
I think this is the right video. Hold on.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Come back next week where hopefully it won't be such a shit show. Good night.
You're welcome.
It's your Wednesday night conversation.
It was the wrong.
Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Subscribe to the Let's Have a Fefe podcast. You can listen on your favorite podcatcher. See you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. This has been Let's Have